Before you buy that dream home, there's one hidden danger that could turn into a nightmare. The plumbing. So first of all, a lot of home buyers don't even know that they should ask for a plumbing inspection. Actually, it's just a sewer water test. Now, a lot of these brokers, they call it a hydrostatic test, which really isn't true. A hydrostatic test will actually apply pressure to a system, and that could cause things to blow apart. Well, if a real plumbing company comes out and does this, you're not going to have that problem, at least if they do it the right way. This video is sponsored by Leak Pro. Go check out leak-pro.com. So first of all, what is an inspection? Your real estate agent should ask you to do a home inspection. That's where you have a home inspector come out, and they come out and they inspect so many different systems about the house. The roof, the windows, light switches, electricity, plumbing, HVAC, the ovens, the garbage disposal. They check a lot of things, and that's a great thing to do. But a plumbing inspection is a little bit different. And to be honest, if you read the home inspector's report, most of them will tell you that they don't inspect the plumbing system under the house or behind the walls. So a home inspector does his job. But to be honest, if you really want to be protected in that new property that you're buying, think about having a sewer water test done. Now, why do you need this done? And I'm not going to tell you have to have it done or anything like that. But I want to tell you a story here. I had done a plumbing job over in a nice part of Richardson, and the person that I did the job for called me a few weeks later. He said, "Hey, Roger, look, there's a couple that bought a house. They moved here from California. They paid $300,000 for this house in this neighborhood, and it's a nice neighborhood, so they really got a good deal." So I got over there, and I looked at it because they had had another plumbing company come out that said they needed the sewer lines replaced under their house. All the sewer lines. Guys, that was a $60,000 job on a $300,000 house. Imagine having to pay 20% more for a house just because you didn't do a test. Now, I looked at it, I looked at the report, I ran a camera through, and you know what? They had some pretty serious problems. I asked them, did your real estate agent, did the broker, did anybody recommend doing a sewer water test? Now, they may have called it a hydrostatic test, but did anybody recommend you do that? And they said no. I said, well, here in Texas, we have slab leaks. If you're a real estate agent in Texas and you're representing a buyer, you should always tell them that you recommend a sewer water test, even if it's just in an email. Because a lot of people move here from other states and they don't understand our soils and what happens. So how do they really do this test, and what things should they check? Well, when we first come out, what we do is we look at the meter. Is the meter spinning? If it's not, that's a great sign. We'll go ahead then and try to locate the two-way cleanouts. Now, you have to have two-way cleanouts in order to do this job right. There's other ways to do it that are a little more difficult, but it can be done. You can do it with a one-way cleanout or a single fitting two-way cleanout, where you push the test ball in, push it towards the house, air it up, and then go in and fill the water to the floor level at a shower or bathtub. Now, I've done that before. For me, to be honest, I prefer a PVC two-way cleanout. That way I can put a test ball right between them. I can look and make sure that this side is filling up and there's no water coming through this side. And I can fill it up to either the top of the cleanout, or I can extend that cleanout up to slab level and know that I'm testing everything. Now, to be honest, that's the right way to do it. So you put this test ball in place, fill it up, and then turn the water off. Now, when I turn the water off, I also disconnect the hose and hook up a gauge because I want to see what the city water pressure is. Then, if I'm in the right municipality and they'll let me have access to it, I go to the meter, turn the meter off. That way I can watch that gauge. No water's coming in. So if there's a leak anywhere, that water pressure is going to go down. Now, before you do this, you have to tell anybody in the home, look, don't use any water. Don't run a washing machine. Don't run the dishwasher. To me, it's something that it's worth doing. You have an inspector come out to look at all the things that he can see. Why wouldn't you have someone come in and test the things that are under the slab that you can't see, that actually, if there's a problem, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money than the ceiling fan or the garbage disposal or even the oven, anything like that. A slab leak, well, to be honest, they're normally about $5,000 and up just to make that initial repair. What's the test cost? I think at that time we were charging about $375. We could normally come out, if there's two-way cleanouts there, we could come out, do the test, and have it done in under an hour. This video was sponsored by Leak Pro, leak-pro.com. If you're a plumbing company owner or you're a plumber and you want to learn how to improve your skills, your services, the value you bring to your customers each and every day, go to leak-pro.com, check out the training, check out the equipment, and it'll help you take care of your customers better. What will you save in the long term? Well, like I said, at least $5,000. I've seen some slab leak jobs go over $100,000. Guys, this can be very expensive. Now, who's qualified to do this test? You really want a licensed plumber. A handyman, somebody like that, they're going to tell you they can do it, but you want to make sure that they're doing this test the way I said. I've actually got called back to a job. I had a real estate agent call me and said, hey, look, the plumber who, works for the seller said that there's not a leak under the slab. And I said, well, he's wrong. And they said, Roger, how are you sure? You didn't even go out there, your plumber did. I said, yes, ma'am, but my plumber does it the way he was taught. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come out there and I'll do the test again myself, but I want the other plumbing company there. And if it doesn't pass, he pays me. They finally got him to agree to that. Well, I show up. He's late, of course. We're already getting the test ready, and he comes up, big balling. Hey, I'm doing this test. You're going to watch me do it, yada, yada, yada. I said, well, we've already got it done. Just watch the water level. And it went down. So I took it apart and said, here, you want to do it. So he puts the test ball in, fills it up, and of course, it goes down again. I set it up to video so that I have proof it did not pass. Well, not only that, I asked the plumber there, by the way, I'm doing this test. Do you see this is not holding? Yes, I do see it. Well, do you agree there's a leak? Yep. And he said, well, something must have happened. I said, well, how did you test it the first time? He said, we ran a camera through to make sure there weren't any breaks. That is not a test. That is somebody that is freaking being lazy, trying to make money. All they're doing is running a camera through. If they don't see anything major, they say, hey, it's good. That's not true. Why do I recommend doing this? Because to be honest, if you do this, if you find a house that you love, and you don't want to spend an extra 20, 30, 40% on it just to get the plumbing fixed, if you'll come in and do this, a lot of times the seller, their insurance will pay to make these repairs. You just need to make sure the plumbing company you use knows how to speak insurance and knows how to talk to an agent and knows how to talk to the real estate agent, the homeowner, and everybody else. Guys, this can be one of the most important investments ever before buying a house. So do me a favor. If you're thinking about buying a house or you know someone that is, talk to your real estate agent about a sewer water test and tell them you want it done before you buy the house. And you've got time during that option period where you can do tests and do things like that. It's well worth it. And it's worth that peace of mind knowing that your plumbing system is going to work for many, many years. And if you love this video, definitely hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and share this video with somebody that you know might be looking at buying a house.